Do you find yourself juggling an arsenal of kitchen knives, not knowing which one to choose? Or perhaps continuing to use a dull kitchen knife because you don't know how to use a sharp knife safely? Today, we will be unraveling the mystery to choosing an all-purpose knife that is durable, affordable, and versatile by testing the Nakano Mito Santoku knife. It's a Western-style Santoku knife designed to be the ultimate all-purpose knife. But is it? Today we're going to find out. And along the way, we'll be learning some basic knife skills that will last you a lifetime. You'll learn how to use a Santoku knife efficiently and walk away with your fingers intact. Before slicing into action, dissect these razor-sharp facts to learn why we think the Nakano blade is even worthy of consideration as an all-purpose knife. Here's what we look for in a quality all-purpose knife. Blade alloy. Choose a high-carbon stainless steel, just like this Nakano blade, over carbon steel. It remains sharp without rusting. Blade length. Around 7 inches, longer or more difficult to handle, and shorter or not all-purpose. Blade width, here 1.6 inches, really ideal. You could also choose a blade that has scallops, which this model doesn't have, but it's not necessary. Now take a look at the heel of this blade. See how it is slanted? This helps with the grip. There are also knives with a straight heel, but we prefer this shape. Now let's talk about the spine. This blade is 2 millimeters thick on the spine, a standard thickness, thin enough to slice through anything with little friction. As for the edge, an all-purpose knife should be dual bevel like this one. This makes the blade suited for both right and left-handers. The overall shape of the blade is what makes this knife a fusion between West and East. Take a look. It's not your traditional Santoku knife, as there is a distinct curvature to the blade that allows you to do a Western-style rock chop, as we'll see shortly. Moving on to the handle, which is made of olive wood. Very classy and comfortable. And take a look at this full tang construction, another feature to look for in an all-purpose knife. And by that I mean the blade extends all the way into the handle. The handle, by the way, is shaped as a teardrop, slightly biased towards the right hand, but fits great in both hands. That, on top of the dual-edge blade, makes it perfect for whomever is working with it in your kitchen. And finally, we move to the last two critical features of an all-purpose knife: weight and balance. This knife is a featherweight, just like Conor McGregor. And spoiler alert, just like him, it packs a punch. And balance? Right on the heel, which makes it perfect if you want to use a traditional Japanese pinch grip, as we'll see in a moment. First on the chopping block, onions. At Piatto, we always say, a dull knife is a dangerous knife, and we truly believe it. So tip number 1, always keep your fingers curved behind the blade, like a claw. This allows your fingers to act as a kind of guide for the knife. Look how thin we can slice these onions. Tip 2, plan ahead. If an ingredient needs to be chopped, diced, or minced, it's often much easier to take a moment to pre-slice that ingredient lengthwise into the desired width. Then, by slicing this onion as we did before, we get already chopped or minced pieces. And of course we can continue with a rock slice if we want to mince these onions further. For, say, a ragu. Next up, carrots. Carrots are harder to cut through than onions. Tip number 3, palm on top, no fingers to chop. Palm on top, a little bit of pressure, and the job is done. And now we dice. This blade is unbelievably sharp, and it slices through these carrots like butter. And look at how clean the cuts on these minced carrots are. Dare we say surgical? And we can take the same approach with our potato. What I really love about this knife is how lightweight it is. And I'm enamored with the balanced feel, with where the center of gravity is. It really feels like an extension of my arm, like I'm slicing with my finger and not the blade. Here, take a look at how easy the Nakano Mito Santoku slices a potato, with a push cut, almost effortless. And what about mincing? Garlic is small and light, but thankfully so is our Nakano. And the precision control that we have over this blade allows us to make tiny vertical cuts, and then to get that fine mince we can just leverage the belly of our Mito Santoku using a push cut motion. And I really like how the unconventional shape of this blade for its Santoku and the ergonomic handle work in service of fast mincing with a rocking motion. So we've cut, chopped, and dissected our way through the Nakano Mito Santoku knife's capabilities. So is this the ultimate all-purpose knife? Well, sad to say, there's no such thing on this planet. What I can say is that this knife is very well suited for both beginners and Michelin star chefs who do actually use Nakano knives. So in our view, yeah, this is a great knife, especially for those who are new to Japanese knives, or for those who may be wary of high-maintenance carbon steel blades. And for those intermediates and pros who are looking for a fusion between Western practicality and Japanese precision, this knife fits like a glove. And plus, it's made in Japan by a company with a history of Japanese sword making. I mean, how cool is that? However, if you're seeking a heavyweight champ that can get through that butternut squash, or you are really wanting microscopic precision in your cuts, then probably this isn't the blade for you. If you want to try this Nakano Mito Santoku knife for yourself, or know someone who you'd like to gift it to because they need a knife upgrade, use our promo code Piatto Recipes on the Nakano website to get 10% off your purchase. And of course, if you like this video or learned something new, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Tell us your weapon of choice in the comments.